Everyone, it's Thomas here. So today I am going to talk about a solid-state integrated amp that I come across recently. That's very interesting. Now, last week I made a video on tube versus solid state. So for those of you who haven't seen it, go check it out first because it's relevant to today's video. So in short, the reason why you want to introduce tubes in your setup is because it's very good at creating that holographic soundstage. I've gone through myself maybe 30 tubes and amps. I'll list a few here. And from my experience, tubes are definitely better at creating that holographic soundstage. If you want to explain it, it's like you close your eyes and you can imagine yourself walking around the singer and around the instruments easily. It's not true for all the tube preamps that I've tried with. Only certain good ones can do it. But when you get good ones, it's incredible what they can do. So now the question is, solid state tube preamps, all this is just a piece of equipment at the end of the day. At one point, technology will improve, right? Will there come a day where solid state can actually surpass tubes? So recently, a friend of mine sent me an email and said, I'm going to go buy this Lyngdorf 3400 integrated amp, and it's $10,000. I'm like, what? First of all, you're going back to an integrated amp? Like, he's running separates right now. And second of all, $10,000? Why are you downgrading? So, his current system at the time was Coincident Linestage preamp. Very nice, 2-unit, one the main unit, and then you have the power supply. I like the tubes on it. They look like light bulbs. And then he had the PassLab X30.5. Now that's a Class A 30-watt amp. Very, very sweet sound. I think that is very, very smooth too. But you need efficient speakers to use those. He had a Lumin D2 Dac, as well as lots of nice cables. So that setup itself was about 16,000. I was checking out earlier, and now he's going to downgrade to a $10,000 integrated amp, solid state. So okay, I said that's very interesting. So a few days later, he sent me an email. I said that I just got a unit, I plugged it in, it can rival my current system. Cheaper price. Very, very light, 1 unit, space saving. I'm like, really? Now, my friend there has a lot of experience, more than I do. So when he say that it can rival, it can rival. I don't even have to go listen. So, but having said that, I mean, it's definitely, I was very curious. So I told him, you know what? Bring it over to my place. Let's try with my Cantons. At the time, I had the Audio Research LS25. That's a tube preamp. I had the McIntosh 452, very nice power amp, 450 watt, Class AB. And then I had the PS Audio Perfect Wave DAC. So you're looking at good, close to maybe 18 Gs at the time when it's new. Well, plus the cables, yeah, you're close to 20 now. So I say, let's do a shootout, 20 G setup. Class AB, really popular stuff against, I don't know, Lyngdorf, which I've never heard of, $10,000, like half the price. Class D, everything built into one system. Can it rival the higher end setup? I invited 2 other friends over. Yeah, we spent a few hours listening to it, and then I have to say, yeah, this Lyngdorf can definitely rival the setup that I had. And it's not exactly the same sound. Of course, there's some difference, but at one point I was telling my friends, I'm not sure I can pass a blind test like this. I really need to spend time with both systems to get the signature. Else, just like that, I have a hard time distinguishing it. Of course, there's some difference, and we talked about it. And the question is, which one is better? And the answer is, at that level, there's no better. It's really a question of taste. Depends what you like. So, however, there's one thing that we didn't do, that we didn't turn on the Lyngdorf, is room correction. My friend told me when he turned it on at his place, it surpasses his tube setup. Instruments are even much more clear. He said he has never heard it like that in his room. And his room is treated on top of that. And well, the idea of the room correction is that even in an untreated room, you compensate for it. He had to calibrate it for his room, so that's why he didn't want to bring over his mic and start calibrating for my room, reset all the settings. So we didn't do it at my place. But trust me, when he said that it's better, it's better. Like, I had zero doubts. So yeah, so solid state is possible to surpass a tube. And yeah, I guess I'll make a follow-up video one day when I go over to his place to listen to it. The question is, so how come people are not jumping on it? And I guess it's hard to embrace change. People have a tendency to have a hard time changing, adapting. There are many people still rejecting Class D, thinking that it's not as good as Class A or Class AB. While for those who have seen the $300,000 system video that I made, Jeff Rowland, top of the line, is Class D. And when I listen to this Lyngdorf, I don't think I can tell Class D, Class AB. I mean, it sounded very good. So that goes to show Class D, if properly set up, can definitely rival Class A or Class AB. I guess you just have to have an open mind and give it a shot. The Lyngdorf downside to it is that it doesn't keep its value. When you talk about stuff like that, technology piece, values on them, they drop really fast, which is good for me. I'm just waiting for another one to show up on the market at a good price. I'm jumping on it. Think about it, right? That one little box can replace everything. My room will be decluttered. Yeah, I thought I just want to make a video on it because it was quite exciting for me. I did film a sound clip comparing both. I'll upload it maybe tomorrow or during the weekend. Check it out yourself. It's very nice. All right, till next time. Thanks.